What is up, y'all? Welcome to Under the Dreamer's Flame, a campaign supported by Views from the Dungeon. I am your DM, Aaron Raphael Amin, here with my lovely friends here. We got Mr. Riley. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
We got Big Old Tim. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, JC, how are you doing?
Good.
We got Airsid coming in the back. You guys will see him definitely for sure. As always, you guys know how streams go. Tech issues, it's whatever. In the back seat behind myself, we have Mr. Stone and Hat. What's going on, my man? And Kano, he's making us look good, so thank him. Round of applause for our guy over here. Oh, wow. Hell yeah. That feels good. I wish that would happen for me sometimes.
Okay.
Anyway, I think to make sure we're good on time, we might as well get right into it. I believe we have a recap from Mr. Kane.
Yeah, it's my recap. It's my turn, isn't it? All right. Last time we found ourselves recovering from the tumble we took while fighting the bone snake. Found ourselves under the ground, and Isid came back. Lovely little reunion. He helped us out, told us what had been going down, and we decided to explore the ruins. We moved our way through, and Isid was shouting, and in the shouting it seemed to call back some sort of ghosts, the people who lived here before, and the room we were in was rebuilt in a vision of before what it was in the past. A lesson was being given by a dragonborn fellow. He talked about dragon gods and their fights with the giants and blah blah blah. After that we moved our way back through and found some of Phil's compatriots, though a little worse for wear. I decided to try and communicate with one by bringing him back to life. Didn't work out quite as planned, as he didn't speak, but nevertheless led us into another room and led us down some stairs to where we found a hole in the wall, seemingly excavated naturally, but there were sconces, some of them still lit. We decided to traverse this until some rumbling happened. And unfortunately, the fucking bone naga came back. Smashed Isid into the wall. Gave him a little chomp. I was utterly useless in this fight. My spells didn't work. I still don't know if they do. Phil and Narissa, luckily the muscles of the group, were able to destroy the naga. And we moved forward into a large cavern that seemed to be a vision of what was above, but now underground, in a floating stone and an obelisk. I ran over to it, wanting to grab it. I have a problem. And we decided to take a rest. I kept my hands to myself for the moment. And during this rest, we come upon another vision in a church. Another lesson from the past. And then, who do we meet but Mr. Sunshock himself, ready to seemingly accept or find the exact truth.
And that is where we'll pick up. In the underbelly of the Ilhayed ruins, surrounded by red curtains and darkness and a cavernous ceiling where magic was once inept, you can now feel the vibrations of the arcane slowly coursing through the world around you. You see, as you look outside the doorway of the church that you are now resting in, as lights start to flicker beyond that boundary, mostly a light blue color, and everything is sort of chilly. You feel a new life has come to this cavern. As you look around, you see Nonnery. shivering, looking inquisitively, ready to head to the door. How do you all proceed?
Well, Sunshock, you gonna find yourself traveling with us?
I am left without the rest of my platoon. Edward here claims that you all are trustworthy for the moment. So, we can consider this a neutral zone for our two parties.
Parlay.
Parlay.
Okay. Okay. Well, what should we do? I know what I want to do.
Should we split up a little bit? Walk through these houses and see if we can find anything. There's a lot of ground to cover.
It's true. Okay. Okay. We could do that. Who's going with who?
I think I would like to stay with Phil, as he has been pretty carefully in carrying me. And Narissa, if you could come, that is my vote.
You need two people.
No, no.
How many? There are 1, 2, 5 of us here. So it's going to happen either way.
You, me, Phil, Narissa, Sunshock, and Irsed. It's 6.
Yes, it's been quiet. I'm sorry.
You're
okay,
right.
so are we
Very
splitting
rare
into
for
2s
him.
or 3s?
Well, I thought 2s, but if you must have 2 with you.
I do not. I just know what would make me feel the most safe.
Right. Broken leg and all.
There are lots of things happening right now.
Sure.
When we were coming into this town, did we see any other large buildings besides this church that we're in?
This was the largest, as in widest. All of these buildings sort of are built into the outcroppings of the cavern itself, so they are reaching towards the ceiling. However, the only other, I would say, piece of architecture that was like extremely standout was the obelisk that Kane approached with the floating crystal on top. As you guys walk outside, I'll describe more. I don't know if you guys want to plan your groups first before we
Sure.
continue our expedition.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we need 1 buff person per group. So perhaps 2 groups of 3.
It is not a bad idea.
Otherwise, us little skinny folk are going to get smashed into the earth if something big comes. Especially if I can't use my magic still.
As I understand it, that leaves Edward, myself, and this woman here, while the rest of you need to pair with us. If we're splitting into 3s, I would like to stay with Edward.
Sure you would. Okay.
If we are splitting into 2, I am happy to pair with whoever you deem fit for my surveil.
What if you and me held hands?
If that is what you wish.
Well. Who do you want to go with, Narissa?
I guess I don't mind too much.
Do you, Phil?
Um,
Have any preference?
Not really. I figured we'd just stay as a group.
1 whole group.
Yeah.
We
because-
can fan out and not be too far from each other.
Right. My thought process is that if we're looking for something, we'd be looking for more of these murals, more of these depictions. It seems to be our only clue as to what's going on.
Then we just split up a bit. We stay within shouting distance of each other.
Aye. So, shall we?
Sure. 1 big happy family.
You, I, and I will keep an eye on the half-elf. The rest of you can move together. Edward, stay safe.
Too.
And as you sort of exit the church, you immediately notice that the area is filled with these small floating blue orbs, surrounded by even smaller white orbs that seem to orbit them as they float listlessly about the underground town you find under Ilhayed. Changing in all sorts of colors, a range of blues like a monochromatic aurora borealis, as some of them kind of cluster around the obelisk and cover the red hue of the crystal with their blue bodies, painting the cavern in a very calming purple light. Around you, you see a myriad of buildings, some of them obviously just homes, others you see are a squat looking abode with all kinds of foliage fanning out, lots of different mosses, but other types of leaves and bushes you think you would find above ground. You see another housing that looks sort of like a tavern. It's obviously two-story with the way that the windows are carved out. There's an awning pushing out and a sign, and anyone who can read Draconic can make out these spellings of a word that looks sort of like communion or community, or you're not exactly sure with how rusted the signs are. You also find one home that seems to be in much better condition than the others for some reason, and sitting outside of it are two statues of what look to be Null, the dragon, the draconic deity that was just explained to you in your last illusion.
I'd like to make my way over to the flowery one.
All right, awesome. And that would be you, Ersid, and Dion. Okay, where are you guys going?
I would like to check out the undisturbed looking house, the one that seems more pristine.
Okay.
I will just follow.
Right. Sounds good. I'm going to start with you two. So you're carrying Nonnery across the way, and this house is further down in the town. You're still within shouting distance, but you are at the edge of your radius. Like, you'll really have to haul ass if you need to get back to the rest of your party. As you observe and get closer to this home, you find a fine stone archway with no door, and on each side you see two windows paned with a sort of holographic, almost glass, I guess is the best way to describe it, kind of like an advanced form of stainless window. And as you step in, you see a round circular table, and behind that what looks to be a fireplace, and it's obvious that the chute is reaching into the sky of Ilhayed itself. You feel a cold wind pushing down through it as you start to observe the rest of this room, which is lined with stone shelves and books, and on the left you see a very large tapestry of a constellation with dragons sort of built into it, or made out of the stars themselves.
Another relief in the wall.
No, this is definitely a tapestry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd like to just scope out the house and see if there's books or scrawlings or parchment that have anything to do with the history of Ilhayed, or more about the gods that we keep here, getting name dropped.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Feel free to roll investigation.
Okay.
Is there anything you're looking to do, Narissa? Feel free to roll with an advantage. Nonnery will help you.
Is it dark in here?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, everything is sort of in a dim light because of those orb-like creatures.
22.
Okay.
Okay. I'll hold on to that.
Okay, I'll take the torch and kind of hold it behind the tapestry and just kind of walk it around to see if there's any more because there's been a lot of star motifs, if I can kind of catch anything.
Okay. Roll investigation or perception.
3.
3. Okay, and what's your passive?
I think it's 10.
10.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
it's 10.
Okay, so you're looking for like books and other things that sort of elicit like the history of Ilhayed. You happen to find a couple of journals and other things that just kind of talk about like the owner of the house. They like everything is sort of annotated. Every single book you find, fiction or nonfiction, they keep meticulous notes. They like to look in between the lines with everything. And then you start to find a couple of their journals sort of illustrating the downfall of Ilhayed as it talks about the invasion of Weisgard and how they would take the Dragonborn. Some of them would be strung up as examples and sort of hung by their arms and in stockades for days. And if they did submit to be considered saved is the wording that you see. They would cut off their tails. And you would find them as basically wards of Weisgard. You also happen to find a lot of books about Null themselves. Annotated as in, you'll see notes wherever it brings up Null. You'll see the word Asgarath with question marks. You'll see Null is our true goddess, the true mother of dragons. Without nothing, there would be everything. And with everything, there is nothing. Null reaches for balance. It was her gift, her breath, and her song that keeps the Dragonborn alive today. A couple of notes about Null. They would associate Null with the moon specifically, and that the ever waxing and waning was to sort of illustrate life as a whole.
Okay.
But that's all you really find.
More lower drop.
And then you're kind of keeping an eye out just on different things. You kind of look at the tapestry and you see 3 different draconic constellations pulled into them. One large and fanned, a lot like you saw Null illustrated. One more obviously draconic, and one more serpentine in general. And they're sort of coalescing across a striking meteor across the back. And as you guys are looking together, I would say, Phil, you'd be looking in this room. Everyone's looking together. You notice that there is some, there's like wording on the back of said tapestry. It specifically says, you see at the top, it'll say Elegy of the First World. Breathe, dragons sing of the first world, forged out of chaos and painted with beauty. Sing of Asgarath, the omnipotent. And one thing you notice that's crossed out and straight with replaced with Null. And it says, one who hath made dragons duly. That's all you find. And I'll send that to you guys.
So, are these people unsure which god is their creator, or are they unsure if the gods are the same thing? Why would they cross this one out and put Null? Is it new? Is it better than Asgarath?
I do remember something about that illusion saying make a choice between the two. Perhaps there was some sort of infighting or cross-section beliefs amongst the Dragonborn. Obviously, whoever lived here was a believer in the latter.
So confusing to have more than one God that you believe in.
It seems like for a long time people worshipped Asgarath. And then something happened, like a falling out with their god. And whoever lived here came to the conclusion that the true god of dragons was Null. Any of that sound familiar to you, Nonary?
I have heard of both dragons continuously throughout my studies. Though one thing I have noticed is you seem to find the followers of Null to be more of the chromatic persuasion. Asgarath worshippers were usually metallic, and maybe that is where the rift stems from.
Is there a difference?
Between metallic and chromatic dragons and Dragonborn?
Yes.
Outside of the obvious differences in their scales, their breath seems to have different tendencies. The chromatic seem to be more in tune with the elements, while the metallic are more like world shapers, I guess you could say. Where one wizard would cast the spell Fireball, another might cast some sort of hypnosis. That is how the metallic work.
I've grown up in Arid my whole life. Do they get along?
In this day and age, it seems so. I have seen many writings saying that there was some sort of diversion in the past, but nothing intense. I didn't choose to study Dragonborn specifically, so.
Okay, so in the past, maybe, but nowadays, not really.
No, I think they find a certain kindred spirit being a, what is the word? Discouraged and disheveled people. Oppressed, if you will.
Okay. So, we found the scrawling, we found lots of annotated notes, we saw a tapestry. Is there like levels to this house?
There is a second level.
Okay, I'm just gonna peruse the second level real quick.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Right. That is a 16.
16. You find a couple of different things. One is a pen made completely out of emerald, and a ink vial next to it. You find a pair of glasses that, amongst everything else in this home that is seemingly dilapidated, seems as if they are untouched by the test of time put on Ilhayed. You also find a ring inlaid with a cobalt gem. It's silver, also seemingly well kept.
Desperately needing money.
I'm gonna pocket it.
For sure.
Yeah. Because I want to talk to whoever lives here, and these things are well kept. So if he comes back and sees that they're missing, maybe he'll come find me.
That is a sweet thought, Phil.
And if not, I just got some cool stuff.
Fair enough. And we're gonna cut to you guys heading in. You kind of look around this house covered in moss and vines, ivy, all kinds of different plants, and you find a door, and it's obviously just so overgrown that there's no way you're getting into it. It has become part of the wall as far as the plants are concerned. However, you do see a fanning out of these plants and leaves through what looks like a window. And as you and Dion and Airsid climb through, you find all sorts of empty vials, all clashed and broken across the ground. Some are still up in their cases and shelves that seem to be full of liquid. You find a lot of books and pages strewn about. All kinds of like posters depicting sort of like alchemic effects, and you can kind of assume that whoever was here sort of ran an apothecary of some sort.
Okay.
And as you get in, Dion kind of looks around and spits on the ground, starts shoving things out of the way.
God.
Well, if there's one thing Dragonborn are good for, it's working with the nature around them. However, it feels stained in here.
I guess. I think that. I think you think everything is stained.
Has the world not been stained by the Arcanum?
Yeah. Okay. You're right. You know, I don't want to fight right now. Dion?
I don't think that. If that was the interpretation I was providing, I do apologize.
No. I think, you know, maybe it's me jumping to conclusions. But regardless, let's try and work together. Find some clues in here. Maybe some money.
He raises an eyebrow. Money.
Yeah.
You expect to find riches in this destitute situation.
Of course. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And here I see nothing but an absurd ugliness.
I'm just going to turn around and back and start looking through stuff.
Feel free to roll investigation with advantage because Dion's there.
Okay.
He's not going to leave you hanging.
I'm pretty sure my investigation is a 1.
Ooh.
Let's see. Yep, 14.
14? Okay. You find, are you looking for anything in particular before I start spouting out your findings?
I want to look for... Fuck. I don't have anything to identify. I do want to look for anything shiny, for
Okay.
one. If they ran an apothecary and it's a business, maybe they have a little cash somewhere. And then I'll look for any fluids that seem more magical in nature.
Okay. Did you already roll that with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll be your like search for like fluids and more like general ideas. As far as like shiny stuff and money, I don't think Dion's going to be helping you with that. So
Sure.
I'll have you make a separate roll without advantage since that's a personal endeavor.
Sure. 19.
Sticky hands indeed. So as you are looking with Dion, he points out a couple of things. And on the shelf, you see a couple of potion bottles and jars and things, as you would assume. One of the jars is filled to the brim with some sort of like brine or pickling substance full of bubbles. And as you shake it around, you see a small creature reminiscent of like a tadpole. However, near its like face, there are some sort of like tentacles or mandibles, multiple eyes. It looks absolutely aberrant as far as nature goes. You're not exactly sure what it is from first glance.
Okay.
As far as your sticky hands going, you do find something that it's in a smaller vial, and it is labeled night. That's all you really see in there.
Okay.
But it has a certain, it's almost black, but when you shine it against whatever light is available, there's a soft purple hue that goes through it. But it's corked. It's not even corked. It's like an actual like screw bottle, meant to be extremely safe and The glass is very firm, so if dropped, it won't break.
Okay.
You also find a couple of gems.
Okay.
You find 7.
7 gems.
4 of which you can see separate elements spinning around inside of them.
Ooh.
You see cold and lightning.
Cold and lightning.
2 of each. The other 3 gems are mundane as far as gems go.
Okay. 2 cold, 2 lightning, and 3 others.
But as far as everything goes, nothing else really catches your eye.
Okay. 2 cold, 2 lightning, 3 others.
There, so are you looking for anything specific while you're in here?
I'm really sorry. I don't know where we are.
Oh, okay. Where did you come in?
Right when Kane wanted to start looking around for stuff.
That is amazing. Okay, so you are in what looks to be like an overgrown apothecary. It's an old shop full of like cracked glass, empty vials, full vials, books, scrolls, and just everything is covered in moss and vines. You're in that same little town that sort of mirrors the upside of Ilhayed, and this was one of the points of interest that you, Kane, and Dion decided to investigate.
Okay. And who was that intimidating voice that I was hearing?
Dion.
Ah, yes. Okay. I mean, honestly, I think what Ersid would have done is helped Kane look, but seems like he found some good stuff, so I'm good.
Okay, sounds good.
Is there any other level in this apothecary?
Not that you are aware of.
Okay. Well, perhaps we move on. Is this tadpole thing alive? Or is it dead in there? When I shake it around, does he move?
It sort of twitches a little bit in there. It doesn't seem to have a lot of life in it, but you'd be remiss to say that it's completely dead.
Okay. Pet?
This is my fucked
this
up
a pet?
axolotl.
Well, that's fair. Are you guys reconvening? Are you guys gonna meet at the sort of tavern area?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
going to be my next venture over.
This sounds good to me.
Okay, awesome. And as you guys walk in, it's the spitting image of any tavern you've seen, except everything is basically made out of stone. There are still barrels that seem to be full behind the bar of whatever liquor or spirits that the Dragonborn would like to drink. You do see a lot of empty cups. You do see a stair that heads to the upper levels, and it's sort of like on an open balcony that looks down on the lobby, and so you see about 3 separate doors above.
So we
sorry, go ahead.
reconvened?
Yes, you guys are all together here, and this is what you guys are all seeing.
Okay. I'm going to scope out the building really quick, and I'll walk upstairs and like kind of just start going through the rooms.
Okay, awesome.
I'm going to get some cups and try and fill them up.
Okay, awesome. You do, and
The oldest liquor.
yeah, what comes out is a very thick and heavy substance. Sort of a translucent brown, as you can make it out in what light that you do have. And there's definitely enough to fill up all the cups. Anything else from the rest of you? Is anyone helping Phil? Besides Nala. Okay.
I was gonna go stealth mode and then help Phil.
Okay, that might be a good idea.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Yes, Phil is smart, but not wise.
16.
16. Okay, good to know. Phil, I think everyone else here is pretty just like oblivious. They're all kind of dealing with the lobby, sharing each other's findings and things like that. You head upstairs and you hear kind of like the shuffle of dirt from under you, and behind you, you see Airsid, I assume. What is your passive?
Passive perception is 15.
Oh, no, you don't.
Dang
Yeah.
close.
Okay, awesome. So Airsid, you're following behind the shadow of the man. Phil, go ahead and roll investigation.
Okay. 11.
11. Looking good.
Just scamming.
Just scanning. So you just kind of like open up all the doors. You're just kind of looking. You don't really see any personal effects. You do happen to notice like what looks to be some old pipes left. Just chilling, like someone had left their instrument as they were trying to exit the building. And in the third door, you find another tapestry going down, from top to bottom down the back where the wall would normally be. In this one, it is a sprawling mural of dragons and giants in battle. And sitting in the middle, you see the familiar visage of Heaven's Spire. And atop the spire, you see a meteor. In the middle, you do see a giant and specifically a golden dragon trading what looked to be 5 crystal orbs.
It's not a big tapestry, right?
It's pretty big.
I mean, like, is it difficult for someone like me to carry?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
Just more clues.
And as you grab it, you find a hole in the wall. About the size for maybe like a halfling or a gnome to possibly crawl through. It's a very small space. However, if you were decided to get on your hands and knees, you could probably fit through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Also, oh yeah, I'm gonna look into it. The glasses that I picked up earlier, are they like, will they fit on a small human's head, or is it like an adult human's head for the glasses?
They might be a little bigger than adult humans. You can definitely tell that
Oh.
they were made for a dragonborn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna like duck down, look in the hole.
Okay. And as you look in the hole, you're met with just darkness. You can tell that there is some sort of tunnel or cavern here, but other than that, simply just it's black because you don't have dark vision.
No.
That's what you see.
Okay. I'll reconvene with the folks downstairs. I'll unfurl the tapestry.
Okay, before that, she sits at. She's got to do something when no one's around. So she sits at the bar
Okay.
and looks over her shoulder at like Dion to make sure he's not like staring at her.
Okay, he's kind of just doing his thing. He's waiting around. He's more interested actually in what Kane is doing with the
Okay.
barrels.
So, okay, that's good. When Kane turns around, like with like the gross chunky beer, she'll like kind of like just barely knock her knuckles on the thing, point to you, make a circle with her hands,
Mm-hmm.
and then she goes like a little, 2 fingers pinch, and then drags her thumb across her neck. And that's it.
The orb is little and killing. Is what Kane thinks in his head. Put down the mugs.
There's enough for all 6 of you.
Yeah, I made 6.
Okay.
All right.
What are you trying to say to me right now?
Dion is behind us. I can't just say it.
I'll cast message to Narissa.
Okay.
Your orb is a little desecrated.
Yeah, it's like there's something in there.
There's something. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I now have a power to sense things. And I can sense something from it that I know what that feeling is like. I know what that magic is. Just be careful, because it seemed powerful.
It is. We have an accord, me and the orb.
And as you say that, Dion picks up his drink and he starts like looking around and sniffing it. Nanari's kind of like poking at it and pushing it. You can hear Phil coming down from the stairs. Ersid, are you just following, or is there anything else you're trying to do up there?
No, I was looking at I wasn't like necessarily following Phil. I think I remember. I'm sorry, I've been messing around with my computer, but I'm all set up now. But
I get it.
from what I understood, there was 3 doors upstairs, correct?
Yes.
So I would have just gone into a different room to look around. I wasn't like following Phil. I was like also exploring.
Okay, so I will let you make a separate investigation or perception check. As with Phil, I had him investigate all 3 rooms. You can investigate them separately.
Oh, okay. All right. 17.
17. Okay, good stuff. You didn't take the pipes, did you, Phil?
No.
Okay. You do notice that in the middle room there are some pipes, which are kind of strange. You take a little bit of a closer gander at them than Phil did, and they're made out of like a sort of like a smoky marble wrapped in what looks to be a rotting leather. But for some odd reason, they sort of scream to you with this some sort of energy. Obviously, these pipes were well kept for a reason. You also find under one of the beds a potion of what looks to have smaller versions of specific things in it, like small trees or small bushes or even like a tiny little house.
Oh. I pick it up. I look at it. Well, look at that. That's really cute. I'm gonna keep that. I don't know what that is. But these pipes, they're like piping. It's like what
Like
looks like.
bagpipes?
No, they're like almost like a
Alright,
pan
now
flute.
that's a little racist. No, they're like plumbing pipes, I imagine, or something like that.
No, they're more like a pan flute almost.
A pan flute.
Like what Peter Pan has,
Oh yeah.
you know. And you said that they're carved with those houses and whatnot.
No, the pipes specifically are made out of like a smoky marble, and they're wrapped in sort of like a decaying leather.
Okay.
Okay.
And once you start to get a closer look at them, they're sort of like what you would consider like an old-timey keychain of a bird skull.
Fun.
Are they running up? They're running vertical.
They're sitting on a shelf.
Oh.
The pipes are a pan flute.
Okay. Oh, so I can pick these up, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a small instrument.
Ah. I get it now. It is literally. I thought you were saying it was like Peter Pan's flute. No. You're saying that's literally it's that instrument.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I get you. Okay. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna pick that up too, and then go back
Do you
to the
think?
group.
Okay. Phil.
I come back to the group and I unfurl the tapestry and I'm like, found another one of these artworks. This one's a little different. There's a gold dragon, and he's trading what looks like 5 crystal orbs or some. I mean, I don't know. He has 5 crystal orbs, and he looks like he's giving it to someone. It's another depiction of the giant and dragon war. I don't know if that means anything to anyone.
Ersid, did you go back to the group, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. As Phil is unfurling this, you also catch some writing on the back of this tapestry.
I do.
Yes.
All right. Hey, wait. Flip that over.
I flip it over.
And you see
What is this?
Why?
in common and
I'm
draconic.
playing a character, you know.
And it says, "Sing of prosperity, then sing of betrayal. The rift opened up by giants. A war for the first world. The climax left dragons silent."
Boy, whoever lived here, they were really poetic. They really like their cryptic messages.
Fuck.
Yeah, I really
Johnny's
hate
like-
cryptic messages. I like to read comprehensive texts. This isn't helpful.
No. They say things like, just because it sounds pretty, not because it tells me what any of this means.
Right? Like, it's not helpful.
It's not helpful.
Ask me how I'm doing, and I'd say, like,
Wait. I just thought of something.
Okay.
go on.
What does it say? It says, sing of prosperity, then sing of betrayal.
Yes.
Well, look, that just seems a little peculiar because when I was in the other room, I found these. And I show the pipes.
You guys see these strange kind of pipes, these black and silver pipes covered in this old holy leather with like the skull on it and everything.
Oh, yeah, I should probably also mention that behind this tapestry was a hole big enough that probably a little halfling could walk through it, but the rest of us could probably crawl through it.
Who's
So,
the smallest?
I think it's Nonnery.
Yeah.
You are asking me.
No, I'm not going to ask you to do that.
I mean, I'm pretty skinny. I'm a little tall, but
If Kane comes with me, I am more than happy to do so. I still have function above the knee quite easily. I can
Yeah, I'm
crawl.
not going to ask you to do that.
yeah, sure. I'll fucking crawl through the hole.
You can see in the dark, right?
Yeah. I'm
Well enough.
I'm half elf.
You don't suppose that if you started playing these pipes that like a giant portal would open and then giants would come out, do you?
Oh, do you want me to give it a shot?
Are you
I
a
mean,
musician?
I am a musician.
Oh,
You see this violin I carry around?
I didn't notice.
Just a thought. I don't.
Didn't notice.
You're probably the only one that could play the pipes, so maybe you should. I don't know if it will open a hole, but at this point,
What are your instrument proficiencies?
I think the violin and the flute. It's not a flute.
No, that's a wind instrument.
It's a wind instrument, though.
I'm going to drink the chunky beer.
yeah, I drink it too, but she's
is
like,
it chunky or is it
I
just?
never said it was chunky.
Okay,
I said
yeah.
it was thick.
The
Just
thick
thick.
brown
I said it
beer.
was
it's like
thick.
syrupy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viscous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you drink it, and like you guys sort of noticed that Dion's like definitely just been sipping on this the whole time, like without any like complaint or like anything. He's just been
Interesting.
listening. And you guys finally taste it, and like it sort of has that like it's almost sparkling the way that kombucha is, where it's just a little
Oh,
fizzy
it's
and like
super
obviously fermented.
Yeah.
But as it comes down, like it's vinegary hinged with a sweetness of a fruit that you've never tasted before. Whatever's in here has aged well.
She does the like scowl and then goes, well.
Okay. Do you want me to try and play the pan flute here?
Yeah, I think you should.
All right, give it here.
All right.
You play the flute.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Okay. You begin to play, and at first, what comes off is just like a very clear note, C sharp. Like that's where you're starting. It devolves into voices almost, starting as a whisper as they build into a scream so loud you have to stop because everyone's ears in the room are just ringing by the sound of this horrible voice coming out of the pipes.
You know,
Whoa.
where I'm from, we have an instrument that's kind of like this. It looks like a skull, and you like blow into it, and it sounds like a dying man's scream.
Oh, it's like a bone flute.
Yes.
Nice.
That's actually very interesting. I actually need you all to make
Oh, fuck.
a wisdom save,
Cool.
aside from Kane.
Not me.
A wisdom save.
14.
You have advantage, Phil.
Oh. 16.
You got 14. Let me roll for nonnery. Ersid?
15.
15. Okay. Narissa, you and Nonnery look at Kane, and there's something wrong with him. Like, as he's playing these pipes, you look and you can see what you can only assume are the spirits of deceased Dragonborn, all standing behind him, wisping out of the holes in the flute and forming behind him as they all look at you as you are struck with fear being targeted by this instrument. The rest of you, however, seem fine.
Pulls out her glaive, flips it around, and hides behind Phil.
Whoa. What's the matter?
I didn't think it was that bad.
What's going on?
You don't see them.
And like as Kane speaks, it's almost like they all speak at you at the same time, overlapping voices in different languages. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, hell no. She grabs her axe and just throws it. She's
Whoa!
like, get the fuck away.
Roll attack, please.
She's trying to just, like, get the ghosts. Not him. She's just throwing it, like, at the ghosts.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
9.
9.
Wow, that's a pretty bad miss. That might hit him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to rule that, right? What's your AC, Kane?
14. Yeah, 14.
It's 14. You roll damage for me, please.
I'm sorry.
If it makes you feel any better, I was going for a -5.
On me?
Yeah. Your AC -5 would mean she hits you.
8.
Oh my god.
I rolled really high. I tried not to.
The ghosts sort of like swirl around Kane as you're trying to get some of them, and you realize too late that Kane is in the midst of these spirits. Kane, you are struck with a javelin,
An axe.
an axe as
It's like a tomahawk.
whirling towards you and tomahawks you in the shoulder. You see blood fly out as it digs through your armor.
I'm gonna try and restrain.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm gonna try and
You
like,
don't
grab
see
her.
them?
Go ahead and roll athletics.
Oh my god.
Dion, are you capable of dispelling magic?
Bro, that was
Absolutely.
2 4s. 9.
18.
Damn.
I'm
9.
You're good.
I'm gonna cast detect magic in the vicinity of Narissa, just to see like, is there magic going on with her?
And you actually find the magic. You kind of see like a tracer around Narissa that pulls in a line towards the pipes. And as you do that, Dion kind of brandishes his mace and strikes it on the ground, and it rings in purifying tone, where as it does, you sort of see like a golden purple light exude and dispatch all of the spirits.
Narissa. Hello?
Yeah, you're in Airsid's arms as he has you like completely controlled.
Can you take some deep breaths, please?
Sorry. I don't know what happened. I was just so scared. It was
Well, I mean, what the fuck did you see?
I saw them too, Airsid.
ghosts taunting me, speaking in voices.
Behind Kane.
And it wasn't just that they appeared, they were terrifying.
Don't look at me. I didn't fucking call them.
Don't play it again.
Well, maybe you did. Maybe you did call them with that pipe.
Yeah. With the instrument.
It does
Okay.
have skull bones on it. You know what? We should take that though.
Yeah, I agree. You wanna hold on to it? You did find it.
Sure.
Okay. Hand it back over to him.
So, more important matters. This hole.
Right. Real quick though, before we go and look at that, can I look at the front of this tapestry?
Take your time.
Do I see the black orb on there?
You do.
Nice. Okay. I want the rest of them. That's it. I just wanted to see if I could see it.
You fiend.
Yeah. That means there's more. Okay.
And as you take a good look at the tapestry and confirm the existence of the black orb, you can feel your patron of sorts. It's almost like they're squirming, almost like a child who's full of too much energy that can't be held down. There's an excitement pervading both the orb and yourself.
Yeah, me too. I think in my head. Okay, upstairs. Well, let's crawl through this fucking hole.
I pull my axe out. I really wasn't aiming for you. I'm sorry.
Fuck. Yeah, sure. Well, I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry. I
I'm
was
just kidding, I'm just kidding.
terrified.
It's
It was.
fine.
I wasn't about you.
Oh, it's fine, really, Narissa. It's fine.
As you guys walk up the stairs, you all see in this small hotel room that's in the wall where the bed has kind of been pushed out of place compared to the other beds. It's obviously carved out. It's not just a crack in here. You start to push down into the hole, and you're looking around, and you can obviously see what looks to be like another opening, like another room behind here. And you crawl through, and it's about 15, 20 feet of tunnel before you finally exit. And when you do, you're in a dome-shaped room that is completely empty besides a rug on the floor leading towards a stairway that just goes down. And in the room, you start to see all kinds of graffiti and all types of like paintings, specifically of a woman with long black hair and dark gray skin that they simply did not color in. They just used the graphite of the wall to kind of fill that place purposefully, you can assume. And there's sort of like, bless you.
Sorry.
There's these trails of magic that seem to be coursing from her and around the room. And as you kind of follow them, you turn around and you see what looks to be just the face of a dragon. Its eyes and its horns, many, many horns, like at least 6 on each side. And each of the eyes have 2, one below, one above, as it stares into you with a strange ferocity that you're not used to coming from art.
Kane,
Yeah.
what? You see anything?
Yeah. There's a room with a woman and dark hair, and then there's a pretty scary looking dragon. Not real.
You're
Not a real dragon.
but the woman's real.
No.
Oh,
Both illustrations. Sorry.
Also, all the graffiti is in Undercommon, if you can read that.
And there's a whole shitload of graffiti in here, but I cannot read any of it.
I can read it. I'm gonna go.
is it just
read.
is it just a room with graffiti?
There's also stairs that lead down. Right?
Oh, okay.
You said?
And then I'm gonna start crawling through.
Okay, so you guys, I assume everyone's
Yeah,
coming?
I'll just go if everyone else is.
While they're coming, can I move the rug as well?
Sure.
Anything under the rug?
No.
Fuck. Okay. Just wait
I'm
for
gonna
them to
read
come
that.
through then.
They all
I'm
come in.
gonna read that undercommon.
You do see a lot of different things, and it's all kind of scrawled together on top of each other. You do see the familiar phrases of "in love we find strength," and things like that a lot. I'm gonna have you roll just a straight intelligence check to see if you can get past and like decipher some of the scribbles.
What does a straight intelligent check mean?
D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. Nope.
Okay, you're having trouble. You do know the "in love we find strength." That one is kind of obvious throughout, as it appears alone in a couple of areas. Everything else is just on top of like phrase on top of phrase on top of phrase.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Have we decided whether or not these the depictions of this woman is Tohanul? Okay.
Does she look like the one that I saw in my vision?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's stairs. Is it equally dark going that way?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't see.
Well,
Do we have any torches?
I have one I've been lighting and putting out.
yeah, but isn't it better to go sneakily in the dark in case there's
We can hold your hand.
spooky creepies? Yeah.
I can see in the dark as well. So
Right.
that's 2 of us.
Yeah.
I can
And
too.
at this point,
Oh, and
Theon
there's the
simply
can too?
lights his
Yes.
own
It's just a-
torch and starts stepping down the stairs.
Fucker.
Yeah, I'll follow Dion.
Well, they're in front, so if something
That was my
attacks
idea. Just so you know.
To go down the whatever.
No, the torch. All right, let's go.
And you step down the stairs, and as time goes on, the ceiling gets higher and higher, and things are a little more comfortable until you finally find yourselves within a sort of like a semicircular room where the curve of the circle starts where you exit the stairs, and in front of you is just a flat wall. In front of this wall is a giant statue of the same woman that you are seeing, that you saw in the mural in the above dome-shaped room. And beside her are 2 sort of like braziers,
Braziers.
not braziers. Have fun with those. Braziers that are made out of bone and fang and sort of create these bowls that have obviously been stained with sort of like a brown, ruddy, rusty color that runs down and seems to trail into a hole that sits at this statue's feet. The rest of the room is covered with the same red ruddy rugs that you saw coming in, and then in that curve you see a couple of rooms that, not rooms, but sort of pathways that walk out and exit this specific area.
There's like blood
That's what it looks like to you.
in this like statue bowl.
In the braziers coming from beside the statue.
Hmm.
And they trickle down into a hole in front of the.
Yes.
And that's all that's in this room.
That's all you can see, yes.
She'll come up. I'm really so sorry. I really didn't mean to do that. I feel so bad. And she'll just take some of your blood
Oh my god.
and walk over and like rub it in the bowl.
And as you do, it starts to burn. You feel your hand and you look at it, and where the blood once was, you see the embers of the flame put out. And in that same brazier, it starts to alight with a flame that immediately becomes like orange and red, and then clears to a sort of sickly green color, coating this whole room in that same hue.
That's what I figured.
I'll put my blood in the other brazier then.
And as you do, the room lights up green, but all the embers start to flicker off red, as they sort of coat the ceiling, and it's almost like this whole room starts to drip with blood. It starts coming out of the braziers, it starts coming out of the walls, and then it starts to come out of the eyes of the statue itself.
Hand on X.
Some blood in the little hole in front of said statue.
And it all pulls down. It starts to drip and drip and drip until you see this hole is full. And in said hole emerges a crystal. Small, black, almost like an eye.
Need one of those. Can I grab it?
Oh my god. Wait.
I know. I was gonna say, wait, man, don't just grab it out of the air.
What happened last time you did this, you fucking idiot?
Somebody stop and you grab his hand.
Yes, I grab his hand.
I'd like to cast protection from good and evil in this zone.
Okay, I think it's on you specifically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll reach out for it.
You'll reach out for it.
Protection from good and evil, and then I'll like slowly. I'm not gonna grab onto it.
Silly,
Just
silly
trying to
fools.
feel it out.
And you hear a voice. Be careful what you take from here. And you look behind you, and almost like the same illusion that appears when you see Lim call, you see another dragonborn coated in all sorts of robes, horns growing not only from their head but from their shoulders, their back, their arms, piercing these robes. And this translucent figure is completely red in hue, almost blending into the blood. And as they speak, you see a soft glow sort of emit from their eyes and mouth.
And you are.
Like everyone else, a messenger.
Do we all see this
Yes.
dragonborn?
So
Okay.
what's the message?
The message only belongs to those who seek the truth. Do you follow to an old?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course. Don't you see the ribbon I have tied on my arm?
Ribbon.
Okay, I need. Do you have a ribbon, Ersid?
We were all given
No.
them.
Do you
But-
follow Tuhanul?
Um.
I think I know the answer to this question, but I do need to hear it from you.
In a sense, I am following Tuhanul
No
on this current
technicalities.
Do
journey.
you follow Tuhanul?
No technical.
No, I don't.
I need the both of you, Phil and Ersid, to make a wisdom save.
I did not lie. I did not say anything.
It's a 9.
It's a 9.
Roll
Okay.
higher, said.
12.
12. And as you say that, you guys are both brought to the ground on your knees in paralysis as this seemingly ghostly figure walks through you and towards Cain. Do you follow Tuhanul?
Yes. Look. I am. Look at me. Gifted.
And they sort of look you over and they completely disregard the band. And they focus on the orb. You are the last person who should take this crystal.
What is it?
It does not belong to Tuhanul. More like a key.
This black crystal is a key to what?
To those who betrayed her.
To
If
The giants.
The other dragons.
if you take this crystal, they don't even pay any mention to you. Understand that what lies beyond must die. If you can carry that weight, then I will tell you. They look at the crystal. That this is why you have come. And if you can't destroy the traitor, leave it here. It is not a burden meant for the weak. And you hear in the back of your mind, take it. Cain, this was part of our deal.
I cast Divine Sense.
Go ahead. What do you... There is... You feel both consecration and desecration extremely prevalent throughout here. It's almost hard to see where the balance lies, but it's obviously not neutral. It's like these two powers are fighting towards each other, but there is no like entity. I think the only thing you would sense is undead.
The ghost is undead, but the crystal is both.
The crystal is what it is. It doesn't seem to carry any sort of energy as far as consecration or desecration goes. If you had to choose one, you would definitely choose desecration. It's winning here.
I don't know what to do.
Only so slightly.
I take it.
I just really.
Paralyzed.
My patron told me.
As you take it, Ersid, Phil, your paralysis releases, and almost as soon as it started, the world is what it once was. There's no blood, there are no flames, there is no ghost, there's no statue of Tuhanul. And in your hand, Cain, lies a black crystal that looks just like an eye. And you can tell it's looking at you.
It's looking at me?
It's looking at you.
Oh, fuck.
You hear in the back of your head, one step closer. We will see her again. Tuanu, my beloved, I will find you soon. I guess that's where we'll call it for break right now. I'll see you guys out in about 15 minutes.
Oh God.
It's making my job hard.
Lost Minds of Fandelver tonight at 6:30 MST, 8:30 EST, and then you can catch out throughout the week when they do Songs of Creation, which is like their main campaign, which is really super wonderful. Again, if you guys are film lovers and nerdy guys, check out Beyond the Review, and just hit up Giant Dad, give them a follow. They did our wonderful intro, so you've been hearing them a lot. If you think they're cool, I promise they do more than just spooky sounds. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Let me get some mood music for you guys, and we can come back to this very horrible situation that Kane has started.
God.
This thing that's all Kane's fault.
What? Who said that? Not me. Kane, you can hear a couple of voices switching back and forth. Kane, I'm proud of you. You have come so far. I would like to see you succeed, if only for my sake. I hope that our agreement is still within force. And opposite that, you hear, so you have grabbed the crystal. Come to me, to a world of night. There is much for you to learn, and much more for you to do. And you all see here, Kane is almost like mesmerized by this crystal as everything starts to develop back into a natural world, and in a sort of like dizzying state, he finds himself back amongst you, amongst the living.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
All right,
are you
guys.
fucking happy then?
Yeah, what? Huh? Yeah.
Are you fucking happy?
Well, I mean, I'm not happy, but you know, got some more. There's a crystal. It's gonna be fine. We can sell it.
May I see that, Kane?
With your eyes?
Fine. That's fair. And Nonnery kind of gets up close and kind of looks at it, starts taking some notes, and casts a spell as he starts drawing runes in the air that sort of like surround the crystal and make a chain out of words around it that soon dissipates and leaves the stone glowing.
Well,
Well, indeed. King, can we trust you?
of course.
What did you see? Or what did you read off of it? Because when I checked it, it didn't feel holy.
Yeah, when I reached out for it, I could hear a voice.
Yeah, and when I looked at it,
That's fair.
it was black and scary.
Yeah.
So,
Did you hear a voice?
Yeah.
What did it say to you?
It said, "Come to me, there's more to do. In a world of night. Come to me in the world of night, there's more to do." Gosh, you guys act like what I just did is gonna cause the apocalypse. It's fine.
The one who sticks his hands in crevices of the rock gets bitten by the viper.
Well,
I am inclined to agree with your friends.
well, we're just gonna let this crystal just sit in the pool of blood? It's my blood. The crystal's meant for me.
I have seen many things in my lifetime. Blood does not multiply. You may have activated something with your essence, but that blood does not belong to you. For you would be dead on the ground had that much blood shed from your body.
Dion said logistically not possible.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose,
No. Suppose nothing. That there that you have in your hand is an abomination, and the longer you hold on to it, the more you change. I see inside of you darkness, a darkness that must be smote.
That's
So, you continue to hold that crystal. I will continue to revere you as an enemy. However, Edward here is meant to trust. He is meant to survey you, and I will trust his judgment. So, to avoid any further confrontation, I request that you hand that over to Edward for the time being.
I'd really rather not.
Then I would rather see your head on the floor.
Alright, what if I hold on to it? Because,
I would like to see the crystal in Edward's possession.
alright, well, I'm trying to come up with a compromise. So,
You are an ally of this one here.
Dion. The crystal said for me to go somewhere, not for Edward.
The crystal's directing you.
Yeah.
Directing you or directing the one who holds?
Well, it said my bloody name.
The crystal
yeah,
did.
but who's to say that it wouldn't say someone else's name had they been holding it?
Suppose you're right.
The crystal did reject me.
The crystal did
What
not
if
reject you. You
we
were
take
taken
turns?
advantage of by some sort of omen. Acid. Speak.
Oh, what if we take turns?
Holding the crystal.
Yeah, we'll make a little necklace out of it. We'll take turns. The four of us. Every 10 minutes.
Okay, I get the first 10.
I
I'll
do not
just,
see this as a compromise.
I will. I'll stick right next to him the whole time. From this moment forward until we resolve the magical storm, which was our original assignment, I will not let him out my sight.
Roll persuasion.
$16.
And he spits right at you, Kane, like on your clothes. If and when this serpent shows its head, if and when this crystal becomes a weapon, I will be the first to strike.
We will be the first to strike.
By all means.
Then he turns, Scholar, what did you see? And Nonnery's sort of like tipping his fingers together and sort of kind of stuttering about himself. This is something that is not native to this plane.
So where is it from?
That is even harder to say, to divulge, to theorize. However, in many of my, readings and observations, the Umblemere is known to be contacted with blood rituals of sorts.
I am very much aware we do blood rituals all the time.
So, my best guess of where this crystal comes from is from the realm of shadows. A realm far beyond our understanding.
You and me talked about the Umbral Mirror before.
Yes.
I asked you about a vision.
We did.
Is there much writing been done about the realm of shadows?
What writing there is expresses the Umbral Mirror as sort of like, I mean, exactly what it is, a mirror of ours where things are darker and where curses are born. Things like doppelgangers or the undead are known to pervade there, almost as if they're waiting to cross over to steal our lives. Things like that.
I mean, are we in it? Are we already in the realm of shadow?
I think we would
What?
know.
Or would we know even more? I don't know. He picked up this thing and then everything changed around us. So I don't know.
This is my first excursion out of the academy. I have never seen the Umbral Mirror. I have never seen the Realm of Shadows. And if we are there, we are simply blind to our fates. There's no telling what's happening now.
Do I know where Dendar was like summoned from?
I think that is one of the more well-documented planes, and that would be the Abyss. You would know that for sure.
So it's not the Abyss.
This is different. You've seen the demons that roam the lands. You've seen the desecration of the world brought on by the Age of Nightmares. That is the Abyss. The Umbral Mirror is like the darkness that holds in all of our hearts the ability for someone to kill, lie, cheat, steal. It's a culmination of negativity that simply resembles the world above, or so it is said.
And you want to hold on to a crystal from a place like that?
Well, it was here for a reason.
And it will be useful, young king. You hear in the back of your mind.
And perhaps it will be useful in the coming endeavor that we need to stop the magical storm. I'm gonna swap my crystal eye out for this crystal eye and put it in my eye socket.
You just keep changing. You're worse than a Digimon. Like, you evolve every like 3 sessions. And as you do, you sort of see the world in like split screen. On one half of your vision, everything is as it is. And on the other half, you see what looks like that same bloody room. You look where the statue of Tuhanul should be, and you see that statue. You look around the semicircle of the room, and you see the pathways that are no longer available to you. You are looking in 2 worlds at once.
Like I was saying, useful. I can see what was here before.
You can see what was here before, or you can see into the shadow realm.
Well, it's what was here before, so either we were in the shadow realm, or we are now, or it, I don't know. I can see, I can see the statue that was there. I can see the other pathways that are they're no longer there, right?
No longer
Pathways
there.
are gone.
Yes.
What? Can I walk over to one of them where I can see it out of the?
Yeah, you can walk over.
If I touch it, there's
As soon as Kane touches the wall, it disappears. And now there is a corridor in front of you.
Useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like as attached to the hip to Kane as I said I'd be.
Understood.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Well, all right. How many other corridors were there?
There were 4 in total. 2 on each side.
Well, there's 4 corridors, 2 on each side. Anybody have a vote?
Why
on
don't
which one to go down?
Why don't you ask the eye?
Okay.
You're the one holding it.
Okay.
Wearing it.
Okay. Crystal Eye. Of name I do not know.
Crystal Eye, which way should I go?
And that's what you're asking?
Yeah, which way is the way?
There's no response.
The only way out is down.
It didn't say anything. It's just an eye.
There's nothing in this room or on the walls that would like indicate that there's some sort of like direction we're supposed to go.
Well, why don't we just pick this corridor that we're in?
Yeah, there's
I just-
definitely, like, in the room you're in with the seeming, at least the one illusory wall, it's meant to look just like another room. What is your, I guess with Airsid's passive perception, you would see,
It's 19.
yeah, no, I know.
hell.
That's why I'm like, yeah, you would definitely see that there are like some scuff marks near 2 of the corridors that can't be seen right now. There's some scuff marks on the corridor most left, and then scuff marks to the one close on the right, closest to the stairway. The one that Kane has revealed is the one on the left, closest to the stairway.
With
So no
scuff
scuffs.
marks.
No scuffs on that one.
Oh, no scuffs. Where are the scuffs? On the wall or towards the bottom of the wall?
On the floor.
Okay.
Oh, on the floor. Okay.
So perhaps the one
So-
on the left then. Because maybe
Well, after I tell you guys.
sure. Yeah, right. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, no, I don't want to.
All right.
No. Looks like there's been some activity over here. Are these corridors?
Yeah.
Because to me, they just look like they're going into a wall,
into the
right?
wall, yeah. Touch the wall. See if it goes away.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes away when he touches it. Yes, it.
Are you touching the wall, Airsid?
I'm touching it.
It's gone. There's no wall to touch.
Oh. So is my hand just going like straight through it, or like the facade of the wall just disappears?
The fog, it's just gone. Like as soon as you touch it, it's almost like it was never there. Like you blink and it's gone.
It like just
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
should we
Well,
go
it looks
down?
like somebody was moving something quite heavy along the floor here.
All right. Well,
Go down the one most traveled or
yeah.
no?
Yeah. Or the path less traveled. Now let's go left. All the way left.
Okay. You go all the way left. All the way. Phil is next to you.
Breathing down your neck.
Might as well be Siamese twins at this point. As you guys shuffle along this corridor, which is about 10 feet wide, giving you guys some breathing room and breath to kind of get down. And it continues on forever and ever and ever until finally you find a stairway that goes up, and it leads you to a part of Ilhayed you've never been. As you exit this stairway, you realize you're still underground. However, it's more reminiscent of the like sewers that you first fell down, as you see the dank, mossy walls and water drips from side to side as a sort of stream of just cave water heads, we'll say left. I'm not sure how well you guys are going with your directions at this point.
Going somewhere.
The water is going left.
Yes, in this large cavern, which is about 20 feet between walls and at least 40 feet high.
Okay.
Wait, so we're still
big.
underground?
Yes.
Well,
Does it look like the scuff marks? Like, was there a trail? Can I mean, because that just leads me to believe that somebody was moving something or dragging something through this corridor. Can
I
I,
also
look
have a
and
plus
see?
11 to passive investigation.
Plus 11 to passive, or
Investigation, though.
okay, passive investigation. One thing that you would make out is that the scuff marks were leading into the room.
The room.
Yes, that you have exited.
So the scuff marks are going towards, like, where we just exited.
Yes.
In that half circle room.
Yes.
So somebody came through this side and walked this way, and leaving scuff marks going this way.
Yes.
right.
Oh. So, I mean, the only thing in that room, was the statue, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the
The
sconces.
blood. Yeah.
And the gem.
Yeah.
Well,
And the gem.
right, but the only thing that would leave a scuff mark if you were moving it. Well, I mean, so then does it look like there's a beginning to the scuff marks in this new opening that we're in? Can I maybe use my tracking survival skills, perhaps?
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Yes. 27.
27. Okay. One thing you notice immediately before you kind of take on this endeavor is that the water that is coating the floor of this newfound corridor has definitely been here for a while, and it's been eroding away the floor as time has gone on. One thing you do notice is that there is sort of like a divot that leads to the doorway that you just exited, and as you follow it, you can kind of trace that it is headed upstream. You can kind of see the kind of trails and like an extra level of like depletion in the rubble. So like
So
if the,
it-
like
so it looks like it's a path? Like
Yes.
people have been walking, something has been eroding this pathway.
something had made quite an effect on this pathway that made the water trace it even further.
Oh, okay.
Is this a sewer? What is this?
It's where the bone spiders were making their way. Bone
So
snake.
we can believe that there are more bone snakes.
Yeah, how big is this divot thing in the...
It's
Is it about as big as a bone snake?
no, it's maybe like 4 feet wide, if that.
Well, should we
Oh, yeah.
traverse it or go back?
I
And
get
pick another
down
one.
and I feel the dirt in between my fingers, and then I smell it. And I look up at them and
Give
I
it
say,
a taste.
yeah, something's been traveling through here. It's either something big, either 4 feet wide, or groups of people. I mean, we could follow this, or we could go back and try a different corridor. Though, my intuition tells me, now I don't know if this is right, but the only thing that could be dragged that was in that semicircle room was the statue. And we've come to this room, and now there's this eroded pathway where something has been making its way
I
So
think
perhaps
that's smart.
this leads to where the statue originated from. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Seems like a promising path. I vote to follow the markings.
I think we should just stick with what we're doing. Otherwise, we're going to run up and down these pathways for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, we should commit with one direction, you know?
All right.
Then let's follow this path. And Dion takes a lead.
Keep your special eye open, Kane.
Sure will.
As you're walking, there's nothing too specific that you can see. It's just more like it's darker. Any light that is being created by like moss and lichen and whatever it is absent in your crystal eye. However, other than that, this corridor isn't anything special.
Okay.
You guys descend further and further down this corridor until you start to see like what looks like civilization again. The walls are no longer cavern, but they're more like the white marble that you saw above ground in Ilhaid. And as you're looking around, you see that how do I say this? Like, as you press forward, you start to see like pillars and things pulling up, and there are footsteps of mud tracking across this whole place. And you see 3 separate footsteps. One that is a little bit smaller, obviously barefoot. Another that is reptilian of some sort. And there's one that you really just can't make out. Like, it might look like a large human foot. It might look like a larger, like, lizard folk foot. You can't really make sense of it all.
Kanoa and Branch. Where did they end up going?
Maybe here.
Wait. What are they again?
Kanoa is like a person, but a weird person. He's done all these like modifications to himself. And
Yeah.
Branch was a lizard folk.
Alright.
Yes.
But
And then, is there a small set of footsteps?
Smaller set, probably a tad bit smaller than Kane's, I would say.
How the fuck did they get all the way here?
I think these tunnels just all connect. I bet if we kept walking, there would be more tunnel and it would just circle around.
sure.
Do we see anything like in here? It's like another set of buildings?
No, it's
No.
more just like a hallway that begins to widen out, and sort of like where the 20-foot mark is, you start to see pillars where the rest of the corridor has been pushed out to like the 40-foot mark.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to look, it definitely looks like
But
architecture.
the floor is still mud. It's dirt.
No, the floor is the same white marble that you see on the walls, and that's what makes it so easy to discern these footprints.
And the footprints are headed into the pillared region. Well,
Yes.
let's fucking keep following that then.
Yeah.
You press forward and on until finally you see a very strange scene. It's sort of, let me see if I can get it pulled up so I can get you an apt description of what you're seeing. It's kind of like sort of like a gladiator's coliseum, I guess you would say. As you step in, you see just these pillars heading towards the ceiling, which is now a good 100 feet tall. And in the center of this room, I guess, I don't want to say center because it's not in the center. It's in the back, but in the center of the wall. You see a statue of a dragon that looks like it would be bellowing out fire. It's in a very rageful pose. And in its body, where normally you would see like the scales of its belly, it's broken up. And there's a huge opening inside of it. To the right and the left of you are very large, arcing, vaulted archways that open up into separate rooms where you see stairways that sort of course upstairs. And as you enter this, you hear like stomping and tremors as you see dirt falling from the ceiling, and you hear the scream of a young woman coming from above ground or above this Coliseum.
I'll run upstairs. I just start going.
Okay. I want music back.
I'm like, fucking dragon statue, piece of shit. Keep going.
So there's a scream coming from what seems to be above this Colosseum room.
Yes. Okay. So I wasn't sure if I had answered your question. Let's see. So you're rushing, and like these stairs have a wide berth, and you're like, oh man, these stairs go forever. Like I'm trying to get to this ceiling, and you can hear the screams going, you can hear the stomping, and as you get upstairs, you start to smell this terrible stench, almost like eroding your nostrils as it passes through your airways. You can feel the bite of this chemical as you breathe it in. And you find yourselves upstairs, kind of in you're above ground now, and you're surrounded by like trees and a huge doorway that sort of is blocking off what looks to be a forest. And on the side of each doorway, you see these two large statues. One is like almost like a skeletal dragon, with like its ribs coming out, arms extending from the ribs. It had, instead of like four arms and four legs is what it has, and instead of wings, it has that fan coming from its throat, very reminiscent of Null as you've seen. And then you see a larger dragon with all kinds of rusty scales that you can tell had been different colors, like a lung or eastern dragon coiled upon itself, staring down to the middle. And in this, I don't want to say shrine or room because it's not a room anymore, you're open air. And in the middle of this scene, you see a woman wearing green robes laced with all kinds of like gold, dragon, and scale motifs, and her hair with like green dye almost plastered in it, and where her face was obviously covered in a very beautiful form of makeup, it's undone by tears and blood that drip down her cheeks and down her throat, with her hair messy and wild. It's obvious her hair is long, like past her waist, and it's spread out as a large, you don't know what to call it. Is this a dragon? Is this a lizard? Some sort of beast with a huge distended belly, wings flying out of its back, but not large enough to carry this creature, a tail that flits about, flinging acid from here to there, and a face that looks almost like a dog's, almost like a dragon's, just completely messed up with acid dripping from it. And behind them, you see the body of Branch.
What in the is that Konoha? Is Konoha a monster?
That is exactly what I was thinking.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought too.
I'm going to run out to see if I can grab her and like just curl back around and go down the other set of stairs to get back down.
Okay.
Oh,
And the
shit.
whole time I'm just like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
And so I want you to,
Oh god.
I think you're just going to have to roll initiative. I'm sorry.
For sure.
All of us?
Yeah.
But nobody else saw that, right? It's just her that's above the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
Fuck.
However, I do need your initiative.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
I only have one rage, so I really don't want to use it. Otherwise, we have to go to bed.
Just for some clarification, you said the body of Branch. Is it connected to this beast?
No.
It's just lifeless
Is he-
on the ground.
Is he? Well, I'll see it when I get up there.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know why this is. All right, Narissa,
20.
Kane,
14.
Erson.
20.
You have a higher dex than Narissa.
I
Probably.
do. I do.
I'm simply gonna make you 21.
Okay.
Phil,
10.
and let me add. Honoree and Dion. Okay, so you rush upstairs and you see this scene, and you can hear a familiar voice exuding out of this beast. Branch, where are you? Branch, where have you gone? No. Someone, help! You did this. As they rush up and start to push towards who you believe to be Kana-O, as she's skimpering across the ground crying in tears. You're about 40 feet away. What do you do?
Isn't it Ersid first?
Ashley doesn't know what's going on.
Okay. I.
Yeah, I mean, I can do something, but you're still gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we'll just start with this round because you're seeing everything.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely screaming for help. I will just sprint out there and grab her and just like, I don't know, piggyback her, just throw her and start running back down the stairs.
Okay, I'd like you to make an athletics check.
Shit.
5, 6,
No shot.
or 7. I think it might be 7.
Okay.
It's 7.
It's 7.
It's 7.
I'm very glad I rolled a 6.
Fuck.
So you're rushing across and you grab this girl who is terrified by fear, and she tries to resist because she doesn't know who you are, what you're doing, but you grab her and you clumsily sling her across your back. Her feet are dragging against the floor as you're trying to kind of like get low, as this creature makes a swipe against you. Its large clawed hand just swiping right past. You can feel the weight and force of this creature as like the air is pushed beside you. How much movement did you use?
She's 40?
Yeah, she would be okay. If we're doing this room, I'd probably give you another 20 feet. So we're looking at 30 feet on each side coming from the center.
I can make it 30 back then? If
Okay.
I ran 30 back?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you run across and you're at the top of the stairs and you see this You see them just like stomping towards you. I won't let you do this.
Kanoa, relax.
And like as you say Kanawa, they sort of like stop and they look very confused and they look around and they start like just vomiting this acid onto the ground. Who? Why did you say that name?
Isn't that who you...
Kanua. Who is Kanua? Branch. And we're gonna go ahead and start at the top around with Airsid. Airsid, you're hearing all this commotion, and I believe you wouldn't have too much trouble like hearing exactly what is being said due to your high perception and the echoes coming from the chambers that hold the stairs.
Okay. So then I shoot like Kane a look, and I say, something's going on upstairs. And then I want to go into stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth.
26.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So Kane looks at me when I tell him that thing, and then he looks away, and then I Batman on him, and I'm just gone. And then I want to move towards. How far away am I from the stairwell?
We can go ahead and say 30 feet. That doesn't bother me at all. We'll say
Okay.
20 feet because there's an extra 10 feet inside the stairwell.
Okay, so it will take me 30 feet to get up to.
Once you use 30 feet, you will be at the base of the stairs.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use that 30 feet to go there, and then can I see Narissa from there?
You kind of can. The stairs curve quite heavily inward, so you really all you get is like the side of the wall as the stairs curve, and they're high. These stairs are like 100 feet tall.
Jesus.
Oh,
I'm really
so-
at the top of the...
so she's
Stairs.
really far.
She's up there.
Yeah, so I mean, it would take me my whole turn to get up there. And not even. I wouldn't even get up
I'm gonna
there.
say, how much more movement do you have?
I have 60 more feet of movement if I use it all.
You use it all.
Right.
Okay, so you've used a bonus action to hide. You've moved 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so I'll just do another 30 feet and run up.
Okay, you gonna activate your leg for an extra push, or do you want to leave that alone for now?
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. What does that do again?
It's an extra 10 feet of movement,
Well,
and I believe you
Sure.
can do it like 3 times a day.
oh my god. I should have remembered that. Yes, I want to do that.
Okay, awesome. So you're rushing up the stairs, doing your thing. Next up we have Narissa. You're at the base of the stairs. You see this draconic beast sort of staring at you, ready to run you down. What do you do?
I'm sorry, you said base of the stairs, but she's at the top of the stairs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
Top of the stairs, yeah. Base of the stairs.
I will be careful on using those since we're actually doing 2-level combat.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I think she's just gonna turn around and start, like, running down the stairs. I don't think she wants to, like, fight this Kanoa beast. I think she feels kind of bad, so...
Okay, awesome. You rush down the stairs. You're using all your movement. Okay, go ahead. And like halfway down the stairs, you run into it. You don't see anyone.
Okay,
You're
I'm just
rushing.
fucking
You're
running.
going.
I have this little girl, or this, like, I think she's like a teenager. I have, like, this teenager girl kind of, like, thrown over my shoulder.
Exactly. And she's just kind of sobbing. She can't even make words right now. She's so confused. Next up, we have...
So she runs right past me, right?
Yes,
Okay.
she would not be able to see you.
Right, but I wanted to know if I saw her run past me. Okay.
100%. You're about 40 feet up. You guys are like at the same level on the stairs right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because if you're 40 feet up, she's 60 feet down. That's 100 total.
That's true. Yeah, we kind of like meet. I just don't see you.
Yeah.
She's just running.
Yep. So you see her kind of whisk past you. That's your turn.
Yeah.
No bonus action. Okay. Awesome. Kane.
Well, fuck. I guess I'll head up the stairs to follow what Air said.
Okay. You would kind of see where he dashed, and then after that, he's gone. We're gonna say he went up the right stair. Same with Narissa.
Okay. Yeah.
So you go. Are you dashing? You're gonna stay at the
Takes-
base of the stairs.
It takes my action to dash, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not a cool rogue.
Hey, you're a cool other guy, though.
No, I'm not gonna dash.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself
Okay. Awesome.
at first level.
How do you cast it? How does that look?
Kind of like Cypher from Castlevania. I'll go like this and then make it wider and then pull it over myself.
Okay, so you extend your hand, and as you do, pinky and index finger are spread out, and between them, a sort of like lightning bolt of ice strikes and begins to form into a larger orb of ice that begins to surround you and cover you in this armor. And that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can see, like, as you reach the base of the stairs, you can see Narissa rushing down them
Okay.
with someone unfamiliar on her back. Turn.
Yeah. Can I say, what the fuck's going on?
Kanu is some beast? I don't know.
Okay, that's it.
Turn. Okay, awesome. Next, we have Nanori, who is going to spend his turn observing the draconic statue underneath the stairs, or in the middle of the room that you guys are in. So he's doing his thing. He's trying to figure out maybe how he can be useful. Okay. He also, you kind of see, like, you cast a spell.
I did.
Can you roll D100 for me?
Yes. $100.
No, it's not.
It's
Is it?
another wish.
Is it?
000.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to find out who this belongs to.
Dion
Could
just
you imagine?
eviscerates.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine if I got it again, though? What would I do?
Please no.
Okay.
Please no.
We're gonna do. I'm rolling a D8, guys.
God. Oh my god.
I'm gonna make this clear for you. We have Kane, we have Phil, we have Narissa, we have Ersid, we have Nanori, we have Dion, and we have, presumably, Kanua, with a reroll on an 8.
Oh my god.
You need to stop doing that, dude.
I can't, dude.
Are you rolling it on camera? Oh.
I don't think we're gonna get a good view. I did just roll it. I can try to show you guys what I rolled.
Oh, you just say.
As Narissa, you're rushing down the stairs.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You hear all of you who, you guys who are in like the Colosseum. You're running up the stairs, and it's almost as if time stops for a moment. And you feel that same smell that you smelled, Narissa, that acidic-y, vinegar, almost like rotten smell, begins to simply emit everywhere in this corridor, and you start to see a green gas push down from atop the stairs. You're at the bottom, and you can see as it overtakes Narissa, as you hear the sound of thunder clap above you. And all is silent. Phil, it's your turn.
Oh, she can't do it until it's on her fucking
I'll catch up with
or
Kane.
whoever it was.
Yeah, who was it? Screaming.
Or maybe it was Dion and he cast a spell on Narissa.
Oh my god.
Dion killed me.
He killed her. He one-shotted her.
I'm like, Dion, why me? Bro, I
It's
was nice
overtaking
to you.
all of you. Like, it's coming to the bottom of the stairs. Ersid, you're covered in the smoke. Narissa, you're covered in the smoke. Kane, it's coming for you.
Okay.
The smoke.
The gas,
Oh, the smoke is coming.
the smoke.
We're gonna see who gets it though.
I want the smoke.
Yeah, I'll go catch up to Kane, and I will hold an attack action for if anything hostile approaches us,
Okay, awesome.
because I can't attack anything right now.
Okay, sounds good to me. Dion's gonna do kind of the same thing. He's gonna rush up, back you up. He brandishes his mace and his sword, and he's looking around, ready to go. And finally, like, the gas hits you all as it rushes through the cavern and into the Colosseum, filling up to the ceiling itself. I need everyone to please go ahead and make a con save.
Is it poison?
I did say everyone.
Okay. Do I get advantage on this?
I don't know if I would call this magical. All right, Kane, what's going on?
9.
Kane never makes his con saves.
No. No, he doesn't.
Okay, Phil.
21.
Okay,
14.
okay. Ersid.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Okay, no. Dang, you got some very interesting dice. They got letters on
I
them.
said no.
Does a 4 pass?
Those will- okay.
I feel you, man.
Everyone who isn't Phil will take 12 acid damage.
Jeez.
As
Oh my
this smoke
God
fills
damn.
your lungs, and you can feel the corrosive just affinity that this has burning you. It's like you have the worst sore throat that you've ever had. You can hardly breathe, you're coughing. Phil, you kind of like hunker into your armor and pull up like your gambeson and just breathe clearly. It does not affect you as much. Go ahead and take 6 damage.
Does that affect my armor of Agathis, or has to be a physical attack?
I think it has to be a melee attack made against you. Definitely look at your spell while we're waiting to come around against you.
Okay.
Ersid, what's going on? I believe it's your turn.
Yeah. Sorry, can I? This acid damage. Do I know where that came from? Did I miss something? Am I a little?
It came from upstairs.
Okay, and it got everyone. I don't know that, I suppose, but
Yes.
okay.
It did.
Okay, let's see. There's 60 more feet to the top. Not that I would know that. You know what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna hold my action. I'm still stealth. I'm gonna hold my action for an aim up the stairs in case something comes up the stairs or comes down the stairs. I heard Narissa say the thing about Kanawa, and I'm gonna hold that. Okay, wait. Can I do this? I'm gonna stay where I am,
Word.
and can I hold my action and my movement? Like, if Kanawa peeks around the corner, I take a shot and then run 30 feet down. Can I do that?
You can choose one or the other.
Oh, okay.
You do
All right.
have your holding an action is your reaction. So yeah, you can hold to run or you can hold to shoot.
Okay. I'll just hold my action to shoot.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that's it.
Narissa, what are you doing? There's a green cloud just emanating around you. It's hard to see. Everything's just obscured. You can kind of make out what's in front of like 10 feet of you, but that's like it.
I don't know if I want to be like in the acid cloud, but I just got down here.
Oh, I didn't know there was an acid like cloud still around.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh,
I'm not.
That's gonna hurt me again.
That is for you to deduce.
So
I didn't know it was still there.
it went down all the way down, like into the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run back up the stairs, I guess.
You're gonna run back up the stairs.
I think I want to get out of the acid cloud.
Okay.
Especially because I've got this girl on my back who has an indeterminate amount of health, so she's probably going to die if she's sitting in the acid cloud.
Okay. So you rush back upstairs.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking get down, scream, spin, turn around, run back up.
Okay. And as you do, you hear another like thunderclap coming from who knows where, as the whole world kind of like trembles in front of you, and you rush and like in at the top of the stairs, I made sure to say the top. You can see in this toxic cloud a silhouette sort of like lurching and retching in the midst of it all.
What the fuck?
Kane,
My turn.
is that your turn, Narissa?
Is that all I can do? That's my whole movement to get to the top of the stairs?
I mean, if you dash, you can get to the top of the stairs. You just ran 60 feet down, so that's an action to get back
Yeah,
up.
okay. Yeah, I'll just like kind of start inching, like, I don't know how, you said it's like out in the open, right? Is there like trees around?
Yeah, there's definitely like trees and things like that.
I'm like inching that direction.
Okay, you're trying to get into like the surrounding forest,
Like
for sure.
to get some cover of any sort.
Okay, understood. Go ahead, do your thing. Anything else?
No.
Kane.
God. Does the gas go all the way down the stairs?
It's all the smoke, bro.
God.
So that whole Coliseum is full of gas.
Yes.
You know, I think I'm just gonna take a potion.
For sure.
I didn't really like that, and I don't want to go up towards the gas.
Okay.
So, 2d4 plus 2. And I will, fuck, do I do that, though? Cause another fucking wish? 6, 7, 8, 9 healing.
As a bonus action, you pop the potion, glug, glug, glug.
Yeah, I will hold.
What you gonna do?
I will hold an Eldritch Blast if I see Konua.
Okay. Sounds good to me. It is Nonari's turn, and he's gonna take this time to rush towards you guys. He looks at you, Kane. Wes, Narissa, Phil, is everything all right? What's happening?
I don't fucking know, mate.
and like he starts to run up the stairs. He's fast right now.
He's zoom.
Just so you know,
He's
fast
fast as
right
fuck
now.
right
Yeah.
now.
And Narissa, you are the only person who's at the top of the stairs. What's going down? And you look and you start to see like the smoke itself is being almost like vacuumed back into this creature. And as it does, you can see just enough through it to see this form of Kanua just lurching and retching as the acid finds itself back inside his gullet. His eyes start to glow as his wings flap recklessly, and they start to get larger and larger as finally you hear his voice. A wish, you say? It's what I've
knew
always
it.
wanted. Make me who I truly am.
Oh, fuck.
Let me be a
Hey.
terrible and horrible child of Tuanul. As lightning
I'm like, I fucking knew
strikes
they
down,
knew that they were bad.
and it's blinding. And
I'm like
as this
holding
happens-
that girl. I'm just hand over her mouth so she's not making any fucking noise. I'm not about to be eaten.
As this happens, I need everyone to make a dex save as the thunderclap hits and the ground under you completely collapses.
Fuck.
The ground collapses? Oh, God.
5.
Oh,
14.
18.
okay, Ersid.
24.
Okay, awesome. Anyone who failed their save, which would be under a 15, takes 16 bludgeoning damage. As-
Jesus Christ.
Don't look at me like that.
Bitch, what?
It was 100 feet, to be fair, of like
Oh my
stone falling on your head.
God.
Fucking Kanua.
No, on your, I mean, yeah, you might have some stone falling on your head.
Oh, so the upper ground collapses
Yes.
onto I see.
Are you happy with what you've done?
Fucking.
I'm gonna fucking cast every spell I can, and I hope
Hey.
something bad happens.
I gotta say, what a twist. I did not see Kono do anything bad.
And as the smoke clears, you see rearing their head what looks to be like the hood of a giant cobra as it raises out of the smoke, and a maw full of all kinds of fangs, sort of like that of like a vine snake or like a python, as their serpentine forked tongue whisks into the air. You see a giant yellow eye, at least 20 foot in diameter, looking down at you all. As the smoke clears, the body of what you presume to be Kanua is flat and low to the ground. Its hands pushed out and webbed, reaching each side of the Colosseum, and its large wings, it has 3 on each side, spread into the sky.
Is this
How
like-
tall is this
this like a-
creature?
is this how the size category?
Gargantuan.
Oh!
I know.
I'm like Kanua, pal, buddy. Remember?
Whoa,
So nice, Fiona. I
whoa.
said I liked you.
Whoa.
I meant that.
I may be a guest character, but dude.
Look, I didn't.
Did
I
I
didn't
fall?
do this. This just happened.
Oh,
Did
boy.
everybody fall down? Like I fell down into
to
this.
be fair.
Your deck save was
gotta
fine, so
relax.
you did not fall. You were on the upper ground and you were on the edge next to the forest, which was, it's more just like land mainly. It's
Okay.
not like the ceiling that has just caved in.
Okay.
Sign up to fight a kaiju.
For real.
Also, yeah, what happened to me? I was in the stairwell, but I rolled really high.
You're fine. You get around all the rocks, they smash around you, but you're prepared for anything, and it may have not been kind of as you expected. However, you were ready to go.
All right. And I'm still hidden.
Yes, you are
right.
still hidden.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, that's actually awesome.
I'm like, Airset is crushed by the rubble. I cannot see him.
Okay. Let's see. It is still Conwell's turn. As he looks around, and you see, like, under his hood are these strange, almost like ever-moving paintings that sort of evolve and, like, glow as he looks around. The green gas exudes from his throat. This feels a lot better, mate.
So happy to hear it.
And he kind of looks up and he turns his head and he sees you and he's like eye to eye with you. Narissa, as his head stretches up above the rubble. Narissa, is that you?
Yeah.
Mate, isn't this something? Who would have thought everything I've worked for came to fruition?
Sometimes you really get what you wish for.
And what a blessing this travel was. May I say, I'm happy I didn't save Icecale. The branch. And like, you see a somberness in this creature's eye. I think I killed him.
What happened?
This happened. This storm, all this magic. It was too much. He's obviously draconic in nature. I changed myself, and so it changed me a little bit more. More than I could handle. And look at me. And like, you can feel his breath like all throughout the realm, or the surrounding area, I should say. Tumano has found it fit to bless me with a form I can handle it all.
What will you do with it?
That is yet to be determined, mate. I think the first thing I'll do is report back to the speaker. He looks down at all of you. All I can say is thank you for bringing me here and for trusting me. So, I'll be careful. You will all receive Tuhonu's blessing. Because, mate, one of your good old friends is now a new leader of the world. As his wings begin to flap, you feel the wind just pressing upon you. You can hardly stand by the pressure that it's creating as this large body flies into the sky, trees breaking in their wake as he looks down. Cheers, mate. And leaves.
I throw up.
Shitting, pissing, puking, crying.
Punching the air.
Yeah, that was something.
Oh my god.
She actually pukes. Fully pukes. Leans over, drops this girl, vomits.
She's passed out.
I go over to Narissa and I say, "Can we go to sleep now?"
I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to sleep again.
I'm gonna just take a quick glance at Nanare. Nanare, is Nanare okay?
Nari's unconscious.
Unconscious?
Tight,
Yes.
tight.
Okay, I want to try to like stabilize him.
Okay. Go ahead and well, you kind of jump up. What are you doing? Just tell me what you're doing. I'm not gonna have you roll.
Check his pulse. See if the pulse is still going, or if he has if air is coming out of his being released from his mouth, like typical like
He's
Sign-
good.
He's okay.
He's been pelted by a couple of rocks,
Just
but you
unconscious.
think maybe he was scared.
okay.
Same.
He
He
fainted.
fainted.
And the second thing I do is I march up to Kane and I look at him and say, "Was that your friend? The one that had the boogers coming out of his nose?"
Unfortunately, that was a thing.
I think it was. It sounded like him.
Has the kingdom of Arid ever wronged your friend personally? Has the kingdom of Arid wronged your friend personally?
I don't know. I don't know.
Edward, we get taken care of here. The first thing we do is we head back to the kingdom, prepare all defenses. I will begin. I have no men. I will ask you to escort me back. We leave as soon as you see fit. And you. I know this was no work of the crystal. However, if what you carry holds the same power of what I've just seen before me now, give me one convincing statement why I should not slit your throat now.
Oh, because you'll die.
Will I? Before he gets to speak.
Yeah, you'll die because the rest of us here will kill you.
I highly doubt this.
There's no point in killing each other
You
after
will
seeing.
get bent,
What we-
definitely.
We can all agree that what we just saw is none of our faults.
And we must make sure that this does not happen again. We've
Phil,
seen this
why-
magical
why
storm.
don't
We
you
came
take
here
your
knowing that this
will-
was an abomination, and now we have seen the full extent of its prowess. We must all press on. Before Edward and I find ourselves back in Arid, we stop this madness.
Then we have to wake up this girl, because I think she might know how. So, put your hand down. Dion.
I don't think it was intentional. And I recognize that intentions don't always matter in the grand scheme of things. However, we rest, gather our strength, and we see this through, like you said. And as soon as that's done, we rush home and make sure that everyone home is safe and knows about that thing.
I will
Let's
fall
wake
back
up
for
this
now.
girl.
Wake her up. Let's find our answers.
Gently, like, kind of shake her.
And like a little bit of time passes, and like you can see her eyes sort of flutter open, and they are almost exact like carbon copies of Airsid's eyes. That same like deep forest green that exudes through the iris into the sclera as she stares into the dusty, smoky light of the forest that has now been revealed. She coughs, and through her tears, she starts to wipe her face. And who are you? Why am I in your arms?
I saved you from that dragon monstrosity. Nerissa. You're gonna owe.
Indeed, I am. I have never once heard a tale of dragons during our pilgrimage, and yet one chooses to attack me. Its protector. This storm is it's bending the rules of nature, of culture, of it all.
Was it here when you got here, or did it start when you got here?
There was a man. He was. I thought he was talking with his friend, the lizard. She kind of looks out and she sees like the huge just hole that was left where she was once standing. His body must be under that rubble. they were talking, and he seemed to have lost control. He hit him, and then he just kept hitting him. And then he bit down on his throat and began to consume him. When he did, his body changed. He grew wings, he grew large, and he could not stop vomiting. And he kept asking, "Where's Branch?" And then he saw me. And that's when I ran for as far as I could. And I ran up the stairs. And he brought his friend with him, still asking, "Where's Branch?" He was insane.
What is this area? Or what was it before it was destroyed?
You look at the place where Kanawa once was, and you still see those statues kind of floating in front of that wood door, and all the closed condensed trees that surround it are still perfectly fine. And she's kind of looking over there, and she points, and you see a like pinkish light under the trees descending down into the Colosseum. This is the apex of the Sangya. This is where my pilgrimage ends. This is where I become a shaman.
And Kanawa somehow got in between it and messed it up, maybe for the better. That could have been you.
No, I don't think so. I mean, not once has a shaman in our home turned into some sort of beast.
But this storm is new.
And that's why I was so determined to finish it. If I can be blessed with the power of the shaman, if I can be blessed here at the apex of the storm, then maybe, just maybe, I can fix it.
Can you still complete it? I know this place is a little bit destroyed, but the magic could still be here.
I will try. And she kind of like gets up and dusts herself off, and she skirts the edges of what is left of the upper level of this area and walks towards the door. What are you guys doing?
How's everyone doing?
Bad.
Not great.
Physically, I'm fine.
Never mind.
Kanoa, when he turned into that creature, he said he wanted to be terrible. And what?
I can't remember.
I think he said powerful,
Something like that.
something like that.
Not good.
I know what infernal power looks like. Transforming yourself into something to gain that power. I know. I've seen it with my eyes. I've done it myself before.
What are you talking about?
That's all the Yuan-Ti strive for. The more you kill, the more snake-like you become. The less of a human I present, the stronger I get. My leader of my tribe, he is mostly snake. He has no legs.
Wow.
And he is the strongest because of this.
And
So when I see that, I can only help but think back to it. It's not a good thing.
yes, that I have gathered, especially the part when he flew away and said he was a new leader of the world.
I'm not.
Where did he say he was gonna go somewhere first?
He's
Said
going
speaker.
back to the speaker,
The
yeah.
speaker. To the speaker.
Where were they? Unarmed grip?
You're not sure where the speaker is. You know, the last time you saw the speaker was in Burnwell.
That's right.
That's
It's
what
been
I thought.
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not saying that Tuhanul is evil inherently, and I'm not saying that these Dragonborn were wrong or that they weren't genocided. And I can't say anything about the church, and maybe the giants are just as bad, but I don't know. I can't make a decision with just what I've seen here. I don't know who's right, or if there is a right.
I'm not sure that there is.
Well, I think that there is something that we can agree on, and that's that Konoha is not the right person to have that much power, and we can assume very well
Is
that
anyone...
he's not gonna do good things with it.
Is anyone really? Should anyone be that powerful?
Fair, but definitely not him. So
Definitely not him.
I can agree with that. It doesn't matter if these beasts don't want to harm. Inherently, they are inherently powerful and dominating. They destroy areas by living in them. Doesn't matter if the dragon doesn't want to kill me. I never want to be around it. It is a beast, it is a monster. Its intentions matter very little at the moment.
The clearing that we're at, is it similar to that other clearing that seemed like unperturbed by wear and tear?
Yes, extremely so.
Okay, so it's like another essentially divinity circle.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. This is where the pilgrimage is supposed to end.
Oh, is she trying to do the thing?
You can see her kind of like praying and doing some things while she's at this door. But you haven't seen any like obvious effects.
What if she needs that crystal that's floating above the obelisk?
You should go ask her.
Okay, I'll walk up to her.
Me too.
I'll go.
Everyone goes and
Hey.
ambushes Kana'o,
Hey, little girl,
and she looks at you.
what do you know about a hexagonal crystal?
It is the symbol of Sardior. That is his crest, if you will.
Do you need it?
And she takes out her necklace from like under her robes, and you can see what used to be obviously a hexagon is now broken and cracked. I'm afraid I had a piece that is no longer worthy.
Well, there's another one.
And you will get this for me.
Yeah, if you need it. If you need it to do whatever you're doing here.
I feel like I would be asking much of strangers.
Well, we made a promise to get you back.
I
So-
promise. Then that should be kept. And you will help me.
Right, so if you can't. Unfortunately, if you can't finish this pilgrimage and you don't know how else we can stop this magical storm, then should we go back to the Green Elves?
And Ersid.
I'm asking Kanoa. Oh, but go ahead.
Yeah. And you're looking at this girl, and you can't help but feel like some sort of like kinship maybe it's the green elf in you, or maybe it's the way that her eyes strike you as so familiar, but you can't shake the idea that maybe somewhere far in your memories that you've maybe met her before. And she looks at you. There may be a way, but it is dangerous.
More dangerous than what was just here.
Yeah.
I am not sure. We can mend the crystal without such an excursion, a trek. But I will ask you for something vital.
What?
I bend down. I bend down to her level and I say, "What is it? Let's help you."
I ask for some of your essence. I ask you to share your life with me. If you can, I can mend this crystal. I can open this door. And I think we can solve all of our problems.
Blood or life? Time or life? And what do you mean?
Your energy, whether that be the form of blood, better if you can cast magic.
I can do that.
Yes, there are two that can.
So you want us to mend this crystal that you have instead of retrieving the one that's back?
Do we have time for something like that?
I don't know.
Neither
Well, this
do
seems
I.
faster if it works.
Sure.
Worth a try.
Then trust me. And she walks out from the edge of the rubble, and standing on air, she stands in front of the door that begins to trace itself with that same pink light that is under it, and it starts to go up, tracing between the cracks and around the archway that holds the door, and it sort of stops. It looks weak. She presses her crystal against the door and looks at you all. It is safe. Bring your blood, bring your magic, and touch your hands with mine. And I need everyone to either roll a d6 if they're offering blood, or to roll a spell casting check.
I'll just do blood. It's easier. I'm not that good at casting spells.
What?
A spell casting check.
Yeah, what do we
Two.
roll?
Yours would be charisma.
Okay.
Ersid, yours would be wisdom.
5.
And just add the
and
mod,
that's gonna
not the
be-
proficiency?
Yeah, no proficiency. You
She
took
just-
So
5.
that's plus
I
3.
took 2.
You took 2.
Yeah, she just slices her hand.
Natural 20,
Okay.
24.
Wow. Okay, and Ersid.
So that's plus 3, right?
Yes.
Just the mod. Okay. Hui! 19.
19.
Nice.
Okay. You guys are safe. How are you guys trying to channel your magic?
Well, I actually have this spell that I have not used yet because I'm a new magic user.
Magic.
And so I touch her hand and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Ah. Okay. Nice. I like it. And
Yeah.
as you do, that same kind of like
Oh,
emerald.
I had a vision of it,
Okay, go ahead.
if I may.
Absolutely.
So when I touch her hand, this green smoke starts to come, like accumulate around almost as if it's coming from the soles of my feet. And then it kind of makes a ring of smoke around my body, and then it sharpens into like this green laser like ring force around me and then travels up my body through my hand and then into the target.
Okay. And as it does, it passes through her, and she signs with that same green laser-like force as it dissipates and now fills the crystal as it presses against the door. You see that purple light getting stronger. Kane.
I'm going to like wrap my pinky around hers, and I'll cast guidance.
I'll cast guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you say? What do you do? Before I jump into you, I don't want to.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're good. I guess I'll just say, you ask for trust, and it is given. And like I said, I'll just hold on to her hand, but only through the pinky.
Okay. For sure. And then the rest of you put your bloody hands.
Yeah, she'll slice it and draw around, like, because their hands are on top of hers. She'll draw, like, a snake around it, like biting its own tail.
Okay, I like that. And you paint that on the door.
Yeah,
and,
with my blood.
and it starts to glow
Ouroboros.
with that same pink light. Ouroboros?
I
Ouroboros.
cut my forearm and then I just like lean against the door. I just like let it.
Okay. And she's gonna go ahead and make her own spellcasting check. With your guys' help, you gave her guidance. And the help action, which this was a costly one, should cause advantage.
Slowly draining her hit points.
We actually all die. She
Yeah.
just sucked the life out of all of us.
Turns around, ha ha ha. I'm the speaker. Ooh.
Like, okay. For sure.
And she begins to chant in an elven language. And for those of you who can understand Elvish, it's a very ancient and sort of like old, I guess, a traditional dialect of Elvish that takes a second to understand. But finally, you can kind of hear her saying, "Thou that dost carry the key, sing the name of kings, most high, for his chambers belong to him alone." And she repeats on and on as the pink light begins to become almost blinding as it blasts through the door, as it blasts through all the crevices, as it fills in all the different like cutouts and embossments that carry this door. And you see the visage of a full dragon, and the light condenses in spots that make it look like a constellation. And the two statues that you presume of Noel and Asgarath turn towards you, and you hear, "Thou that dost carry the key, sing the name of kings, most high, for his chambers belong to him alone." And the door opens. At first, you see a blinding pink light, and then you're hit with a tempest, a wind so powerful that it almost knocks you off of your feet, and you find yourself standing on what looks to be a mound of rubble. And in front of you, it looks like that same crystal obelisk that you saw before came. However, it is much larger. It is huge as you stare into it, as it revolves slowly, the light shining off of it, surrounding you. And all you see is darkness and black as the wind is turbulent and spins around you. And inside of this crystal, you see the shape of what could only be described as like a fetus. And you hear a voice. "You must complete the song, y'all. Muster your strength. Show me your passion, and I will deliver you the truth," as a light shines in front of you, and out from the depths of this dark void, you see two of the bone nagas twirling and twisting upon themselves, almost like a helix of DNA. And as they split, they burst into the light, which coats them in the silhouette of two dragons. And that's where I'm going to pick up next time, you guys. Thanks for playing today. Thanks for hanging out. This was super fun. Yeah, definitely check out Mates of Fate. Follow us. Join our Discord. Do what you got to do. We will see you guys on the 27th because we won't be active next week. So you guys are going to have to wait for this little finale. See you guys later.